the dawn. She's got her armor on, fighting for those who can't. Champion with a loving chant. Investigate the hidden truth with a pen sharp and couth. Unlocks doors with every word, and justice never goes unheard. Oh, she's momming it up with a heart so tough. Advocate for every child, makes the world a little more wild. Counseling in every call, patching up before the fall. She sees the good in every face, spreads hope all over the place. Like Dr. Phil with a softer touch, opinions from below so much. Her guidance is a shining star, lifting lives both near and far. Oh, she's momming it up with a heart so tough. Advocate for every child, makes the world a little more wild. Momming it up with a heart so tough. Advocate for every child, makes the world a little more wild. Makes the world a little more wild. Makes the world a little more wild. Woke up before the dawn. She's got her armor on, fighting for those who can't. Champion with a loving chant. Investigate the hidden truth with a pen sharp and couth. Unlocks doors with every word, and justice never goes unheard. Oh, she's momming it up with a heart so tough. Advocate for every child. She's the force of nature, strong and kind. Voice for those who can't speak their mind. Sees the world through a lens so clear. Finds the truth without any fear. Oh, she's warming it up day and night, with a heart that's growing bright. Helping those who need a hand, guiding them to understanding. Counseling hearts so wise and true. In her mind, visions of
Hi everyone. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear me all that well, so please let me know. We're in the new house, so when the kids are running around having a good time, it's really echoey. So I apologize for that, and I will be muting while I play the press conference and things. I'm going to start out with a little bit of a warning. There's been a lot of rumors that this might be AI. Whether or not it is, it doesn't matter. You don't take a chance, right? So I'm going to let you know that you need to skip over this or just come back and read the transcript if you're going to be upset by the content, because there will be screaming and it is very sensitive in nature. Of right, I'm going to start it now. So this is the warning. If you do not want to hear this, if this is going to be overwhelming to you, please do not watch this. The entire show is going to have different parts of this being played, but the press conference will not.
A scream heard across the state, and this video shared thousands of times. The search continues for a woman who Wichita police say was taken by force. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Julia Thatcher. Jeff Herndon has the evening off. The woman in the video dragged down the driveway in North Wichita Sunday morning. It happened in Northeast Wichita near 14th and North Volusia. Jasmine Aduse spoke to
Wichita police need your help identifying this woman. This is the clearest picture we have. They say she was abducted. Police say she was forcefully taken early Sunday morning in the 1400 block of North Volusia. That's near 13th and Hillside in Northeast Wichita. Now, if you recognize her or have any information about her identity or whereabouts, call 911. Wichita police need your
trying to get into the press conference now. We're going to start the press conference, and then I'll give you updates at the end if you need it. Oh my gosh, what is she doing with Rob? The PT is here, and they were outside when I started. You gotta love severe autistic children, bless their hearts. Sometimes they don't want to do the new therapy. And I'm wondering if I should go. They don't like when you intervene, you know? They don't like when he is kind of new with her, so I'm wondering if I should go out there. Jill, do you want to go see if Rob wants help? Oh, okay. She doesn't want to come back in the house. That's what's going on.
We're good. All right. Apologize for that, y'all.
Everybody ready? Welcome, everybody. I'm Captain Aaron Moses from the Wichita Police Department. Thank you all for being here. This morning, we wanted to provide an update on our ongoing investigation into a possible abduction seen on home video early in the morning of October 12th in the 1400 block of North Volusia. Chief Joe Sullivan will share some new information with everyone, and then the commander of the Crimes Against Persons Bureau, Captain Todd Ogile, will share an update on the investigation so far, and then we will take some questions after I provide some additional information. Chief Sullivan.
Thank you all for being here. This morning, we're announcing that Crime Stoppers has approved a $2,000 reward for any tip that leads to the identification of the male or the female in the video. Our main concern is the safety and welfare of the woman seen in that video. Detectives have been working diligently, following every lead and tip we have received. Today, we're continuing to ask for the community's help to identify both the woman and the man seen in the video. Captain Ogile will now provide.
Paperclip just sent me a video and asked if I could just play it again of the abducted woman situation, but I think we could do that again at the end if you want to just rewind, because it's just a 29-second clip, so it doesn't change. But you let me know if you want me to do that in the comments.
An update on our investigation thus far.
On the evening of October 12th, patrol officers responded to a suspicious character call in the 1400 block of North Volusia. A homeowner reported she had a Ring doorbell camera footage showing a female being grabbed by a male and then forced away from the area around 2 a.m. that morning. Officers responded to the scene and immediately canvassed the area for further video, along with trying to locate any witnesses to this incident. Initial responding officers checked for missing persons reports and disturbance calls that occurred nearby. One woman was contacted in the area, but she was cleared of having anything to do with this incident. Missing persons reports were gone through. Nothing was located there. Officers and investigators searched license plate reader data for the area, but no vehicle could be identified, and a still image was shared with the public. After releasing still images from the video, detectives received 9 Crime Stoppers tips in regards to this case. Each tip was followed up by detectives or officers and rolled out after identifying and or contacting the individuals or confirming information with family members. Yesterday, officers conducted a second neighborhood canvassing 2 blocks in each direction from the 1400 block of North Volusia, with that turning up no leads, information, or additional footage. We have coordinated with regional and federal and local law enforcement, as well as private industry, for help in processing the video for additional information. The full video, which was released by the department yesterday afternoon, is the full and only video footage of this incident. Overnight, Wichita Police Department received 15 additional Crime Stoppers tips. Officers and detectives are currently working on these tips as we speak. Again, we have not located any additional video of this incident at this time. Detectives have gone back and reviewed all missing persons reports filed since October 1st. None of these reports have matched the female seen in the video. The case remains as an active and ongoing investigation. And now we're going to play the video for you once again.
Our top priority remains this female's safety. We need and are asking for the public's help in identifying the individuals captured in this video. We're asking the community to please look closely at this video and the still photos again. If you recognize either person, contact 911 or submit an anonymous complaint through Crime Stoppers online or at 316-267-2111. You can also contact the Wichita Police Department Investigative Sections at 316-268-4077. Even small details can help move this case forward. Again, Crime Stoppers has approved a $2,000 reward on any tip that leads to the identification of either the male or the female in this video. What we know right now is that we have no information or reports of similar incidents anywhere else in the city around that time. We do not currently have any reason to believe there is danger to the general public. Our focus is simple: identify and locate the female and make sure she is safe. At this
I'm
time,
sorry it's so low. I don't think I can make it any louder.
I've seen some images being shared online, especially like they look like they are AI generated photos. So how does like if someone goes and they use AI on their own, like without any experience, how does this affect the case, or could it help the case?
Anybody with information or tips to provide to us, we will take. We will follow up on all of those tips and information. The use of artificial intelligence for this type of an investigation does have the ability to complicate our investigation, because it can generate erroneous tips and information that's not verified by a human being. That's why we are cautious about use of artificial intelligence. So anybody with personal information or personal knowledge is asked to share that with us at any of the ways that we've described. If they generate information through artificial intelligence, they can share that with us. But again, it does have the possibility to lead to erroneous tips that our investigators would follow up on.
So again, what should the public do instead of sharing these AI generated photos?
The public should share the information that we provide. The only verified information that has been put out about this case comes from the Wichita Police Department. That's posted on all of our social media platforms. So please only share information that is posted by the Wichita Police Department directly, because that is the only verified, accurate, confirmed information that we have to share on this case. Anything that comes from another source has not been verified, and we cannot confirm the accuracy or the validity of that information.
Talk about some of the challenges just analyzing this video. Obviously, the video is not great. It's kind of hard to make out what the woman is screaming. Just talk about a little bit, if you can, about the process of depicting what's going on here and how you guys are working to determine who this woman is.
Now, the challenge is this is the only piece of evidence that we have at this time. We haven't received any reports, as Captain Ogile said, about missing people that match this description. We haven't received any reports of other disturbances that occurred in that area that we're able to follow up on. So this is the only piece of evidence that we have to go on at this point. Because this occurred in a neighborhood area, a residential area, we're relying on people's home surveillance systems, which, as you see here, may be lower quality video. That doesn't mean that we're not going to continue to investigate the case. So if anybody in that area or around that area has information that they feel would be helpful for this investigation, we ask that they please share it with us in any of the ways that I've described.
As you guys have gone through this video, could you tell if there was a car involved or if they were on foot?
We cannot. Sorry, the question was if we could verify whether a vehicle was involved or if the people were on foot. The answer is we cannot at this point.
And when you guys saw the video for the first time, what's your reaction to that video?
The question is what our reaction was when we first saw the video. Our reaction was concern, which is why we acted quickly to get that information to the public to ask for their help. Again, our priority here remains that female's safety and verifying that she is safe. So I would say, even if you are the female in this video and you're concerned about calling us, please call us so that we can verify that you are safe, and then we will continue our investigation to what occurred.
Are you sure the video is legit, that it's not some kids playing a game? Because there have been people who pose that scenario.
The question is if we are sure that this is a real incident, and the answer is we have to treat everything that it's real as though it's real until we can verify otherwise. At this point, we cannot verify if this is a hoax or anything. else, so we are operating under the assumption that this is a legitimate incident, which is why we're here today, and why we've shared the video with the public, and why we shared the photos with the public the night that we got the information.
How do investigators verify the authenticity of images that circulate on social media and videos like these?
The question is how we verify the authenticity of information that circulates on social media, and the answer is detectives do detective work. So we receive information, and then our detectives follow up on each of those tips and all of that information to determine whether it is valid or not. As Captain Ogile shared, we received 9 Crime Stoppers tips after we released the still image. We received another 15 tips overnight after we released the video, and our investigators are currently following up on all 15 of those tips to determine whether they are valid or not. I will say some of the tips that we have received have included suggestions on how the investigation should be conducted, like using artificial intelligence. If that's the information you're sharing through Crime Stoppers, we would ask that you not, because that just clogs up our ability to follow up on actual tips. So if you have personal knowledge or personal information, please share that directly with us. You can comment on our social media posts, but again, the best way to share that information is directly to our people by calling 911, calling the investigators, or submitting a tip through Crime Stoppers.
Have you guys figured out what the woman is saying? There are a lot of people that are speculating Kevin and Darren and other names like that. Have you guys figured that out?
The question is whether we've confirmed what the female is saying in the video, and the answer is no, we have not.
Are you leaning towards these two individuals maybe not being from the area, or have you ruled that out?
The question is whether we think these people are from this area, and the answer is we can't say one way or the other.
What role, you talked about reaching out to your partners at the state and federal level, and presumably the KBI and FBI, what role would they play in this investigation?
The question is what role federal or regional law enforcement would play in this investigation, and the answer is just additional resources. Sometimes regional and federal law enforcement have information about maybe incidents that have occurred across the country that are similar to this that we're not aware of, or have different technology that we don't have that can help us in this investigation.
Time for 2 more questions.
Why did you guys only go back to October 1st?
The question is why we only went back to October 1st for missing person reports. Because we believe, based on the information we have right now, we believe the incident occurred here in what we're seeing. So we're focusing on recent reports to see if there is any potential connection to this incident.
Is there possible other footage from other neighbors from other angles?
The question is whether there's possible footage from other neighbors. The answer is it's possible. We've conducted 2 what we call neighborhoods in the area, which means we have gone door to door, contacting every house in a 2-block direction in that area. We haven't found any additional video. It is always possible that there is additional video. So again, we ask the public to share that with us. If you have anything that you think might be valuable for this investigation, please share that with the Wichita Police Department by calling 911. We will send an officer out to your location to get that video or photos, or you can submit that information through Crime Stoppers or directly to the investigators on this case. Again, the big thing we want everyone to know is the new information today is that Crime Stoppers has approved a $2,000 reward on any tip that leads to the identification of either the male or the female in this video. and our priority remains that female safety. Thank you, everybody.
So that's a $2,000 reward. And it doesn't seem that they know yet if this is like legit or not, right? They're still not completely sure if this is real. I'll play the video that you sent me now, Paperclip. So just so you guys know, you might, if anybody's here that doesn't want to hear the yelling, I'm going to play that now. Impossible to really see their faces. I think that's why it's a lot of speculation. Right? There's just so much speculation that this may be fabricated, and so many people were asking if it's AI generated or not. So as you see, she starts to really watch it closely. I had slowed it down. She was really distracted, right? As she walks up to the porch, all of a sudden she's going to heaven. And there's this man that's coming right behind her. She grabs her arm. It's like she's fighting and screaming for help as she's going down the road. Her voice sounds sincerely desperate. I mean, my heart was racing watching first almost everything. That's why I understand people are saying that it's fabricated and not to, share it, but I'm not going to take that chance. I mean, who is she? Who is Kevin? Who waited if it's not real? Where is she now? Why would you make them? So I don't think we should ever. I have, I've been around trafficking victims, and I volunteered. Well, actually, it was through an internship that I had, and I was looking into actually a position in Nashville, but now I'm too far from there. And there's homes, you can look them up online, full homes for trafficking victims, and it is a real thing. It happens. Not saying that's what's happening here, but if I learned anything in my earlier years, in my early 20s, through internships in, different things of that nature in human services at the time, you do not know some of the atrocities that happen right around us because they don't make us feel good. So we don't like to believe the reality that they actually exist. And we try to tune it out, and everything just appears almost like, oh, that's not real, or that's not really happening here, or that's so rare. And heartbreaking as it may seem, it's not all that rare as one may have made it out to be, in my opinion, these days. And it's not worth the risk of saying that this isn't real, because this could very well be real. I think it starts a conversation that we all need to have, kind of like the movie. Do you remember the movie and all the different political arguments were happening, and it depicted the little boy? It was made by Angel Studios. I can't remember the name of it. Regardless of how you felt about its depiction from the actual stories, the overall reality is that children are victims, right? It happens to adults, it happens to children, And I think it is something that we really have to have a healthy way of discussing and raising awareness on. The whole see something, say something. Where is that anymore? Where is our village? We need community. We're supposed to be there for our neighbors. We're supposed to protect each other, right? We're not supposed to insert ourselves or overstep boundaries, but you should care if you see something happening. Don't take out your phone and video. Like, we see horrible, awful things all the time, and people just video. So regardless of what this is, in the end, I think it is a very important topic to cover. And I'm sorry that I wasn't able to do it when I was, settled in the back room and it's a lot more quiet. But life as a mom is not quiet, and life with a severely autistic child is never quiet. And this just meant more to me to try to have this discussion than trying to make it sound perfect, because nothing in this world is perfect. And these uncomfortable conversations and things like that, I think we have to try to have, because I believe that, for a lack of better terms, evil is flourishing, right? Because we don't want to talk about these things. Nobody wants to talk about it. It makes us uncomfortable. Oh yeah, KJ. I have my doubt that this, I have a feeling it might be AI, and thank you so much for being here, and Casey and Cherokee and Paperclip. All of you that are in chat. The StreamYards is just very slow. So and it only wants to show the YouTube chat. It never shows TikTok, and it never shows anything from X comments. I think it's really hard. I don't know. I'll link it. I had a couple, not witness, but locals I was going to try to pull up and play if I could. Let me see if I can. Because it did sound, if you listen to some of the local people that the news reporters were talking to and some of the TikTok uploads, it did seem like this is a valid, and I will put the link to the full press conference in the description and in the comments when this ends. Also, this was just a few hours ago was that press conference, but it does kind of seem authentic. It seems legitimate to me that the locals are verifying, but you never know. They're just going by what they heard, but it does sound like nobody knows who they are. But I haven't heard the homeowner say anything. But to be honest, would you want to come out and say anything if this really happened outside your house? I don't know. However, now that address and road and the Google Maps, it's all over. I don't know why the TikTok's not opening here, because I was going to just play that one, but it's not opening. Let's see. Yeah, I can't get the TikTok thing to load, but so this just happened 2 days ago, and this is Wichita police that we just watched, and they're working overtime pretty much to try to crack the case on who these people are, and if this is not, and this somehow is fictional, right? trying to solve this and get to the bottom of it as urgently and quickly as possible. They cleaned up the audio in the one that we first listened to, trying to make it more clear. And they're not sure if it's a stranger abduction or if these two knew each other. And they haven't clarified that they know it's authentic that I have heard yet. But either way, this woman, needs our help. I think it could be real. Crime Stoppers is now offering $2,000 reward for any tips that helps identify her or the man. And I think for a lot of us, like I said before, this is kind of personal for me as a mom. Nobody should go through this, and we need to spread the word, to bring her home. And I think we should be asking that it is 100% legit, just because there's no sense in taking any risks. So if you have any information, they're asking, please call Wichita PD, only if you're right there, as you heard. 316-268-4407 or Crime Stoppers, and you can do it anonymously, but they're asking not to clog up the lines, as you guys heard in the press conference. And that's Crime Stoppers at 316-267-2111. And if you guys can not forget, try to check that like button and the subscribe button. And I will come back on in a little bit, and we will have a chit chat when I'm not on the desktop, because then it won't be as loud. I can't turn down my little surveillance and stuff, so pretty darn echoey in here. But I want to hop on because there was a couple things I wanted to go over, and I just can't get the darn thing to load. I wanted to give you an update on that missing 80-year-old woman. After 3 days, she was discovered. She was okay. They found her in the woods. And that was something I wanted to show you, the rescue of them walking her out of the woods. And it was amazing how good she looked for what she had just gone through. And it was a real testament, to how you never give up and you have to keep hope and you keep looking, right? So I hope that we can do that for this woman, and that they can find her, and, that people are aware of this situation, and that they don't just automatically dismiss it, because so much in this search, when you look into this, quote unquote abduction, is saying that it's not real, So I guess I'll wrap it up for now, and I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Like I said, if you don't mind hitting the like and the subscribe, and if you want to share the video to get it out there, or share the press conference, I'll put that down in the comments. As always, if you love, some of our chit chat here, and you want to support the channel, you can always send us a tip to the channel. Cash app we have is the Florist with Faith. Venmo is Florist with Faith. We have memberships and all of that. And it's just helping me to actually put more time and effort into building the channel up. So I just want to thank you guys again. Let's reinforce how important it is to not, be oblivious to what's going on with, around us, and try to raise our awareness a little bit. If you see something, to call it in, if it's urgent. And believe me, I hope this isn't real. Who would want this to be? But it does happen, right? It really does. So again, like I said, if you need this, the press conference video, it'll be in the comments, in the description. Just stay safe, everyone, and keep shining. Thanks for being here with us on Mom, and I hope to talk to you all soon. Much love, everyone.